Great. Well, yes, first off, straight off the bat, thanks ever so much for taking the time to speak to us here at All Out Fighting. How are we doing? How are we?
I'm doing great, man. I'm so blessed and honored to, doing this interview with y'all this morning.
No, thank you ever so much for taking the time. I know it was all very last minute with your manager, so I greatly appreciate it. And obviously, with that, I had been told that you are in training camp, so even more so, I
Yeah.
appreciate the time. So, how's that? How's that going? Because you're already well
Man,
underway
it's
in
going.
Vegas.
Yeah, I'm in Vegas. It's going great. Just being around, just a boxing mecca, and just really focus on your craft and to get better and training hard. So being here, just being around so many great fighters and trainers as well, you just stay focused and try to reach that goal.
And excellent, absolutely. You fought very recently, a very quick night at the office, might I add. Was the plan always to sort of go back into training and in camp as soon as possible, really?
Well, yeah, it's always to stay sharp. I don't think you jump right back into a hard camp. You just always just run, do things just to stay sharp. Go to the gym. You just you don't have to push so hard, but you is in there working towards the next fight.
And you're fighting in the UK in September. No opponent confirmed yet, but I guess people are going
It's
to
okay.
speculate when or what card you may or may not be fighting on. But how excited are we to be making your UK debut and gain a few new fans?
Man, I'm excited, man. I came out there and visited the UK, came to see the Ben and Chris Eubank fight, man. It was amazing, man. Just to be around the whole UK, man. Everybody know about boxing out there, and man, it just was a wonderful atmosphere, a very amazing experience. And man, to come out there and have my debut in the UK, my debut UK fight, man, it's going to be amazing. And, hopefully coming out there to grow a lot of fans and, showcase my talent in front of amazing crowd of people that love boxing.
What did you make of England as a whole? Because was the sort of experience overwhelming? What did you make of London, like the tubes and the chaos of the city? Did you enjoy it?
Man, I really enjoyed it, man. To come from a fight and then thousands of people, and then after the fight, everybody go home safely, and they have stores open. You can go in there and eat, and still probably go party later in that day. I mean, later in that night, and it just seemed like everybody was making it home safe, and train stopped. You have to walk all the way to the other side, but man, I can tell you one thing. It was an amazing experience. It was you felt welcome, especially being a boxing fan, being a professional boxer as myself, but just being around people that love something that you worked your hard, that you strive and work hard for every day as myself. It's hard work in what we do. We have our ups and downs and the big bumps in the road, and things can look good one way and then next day it don't look good. But just to be around crowds that understand boxing and love boxing and accept anybody that go in there and put their heart on the line. So you have to be open hand to the fans in the UK because they number one.
I think we're very much looking forward to having you back actually in the ring as opposed to a fan. We're used to obviously the football stadiums, the big stadiums. How was that experience? That must have been a relatively unique experience going to Tottenham, just sort of immersing yourself within that sort of big environment, big atmosphere.
Yeah, man. Soon when I got in there, I'm like, really? I definitely pull out the phone, start recording, letting people know this where I'm at. And then coming to a Chris Eubank and Ben fight, that was like the icing on the cake. And then, like I say, just the whole experience and just everybody is very, to me, it's very like organized. You know what I'm saying? How they have people coming in certain sections, and you right there. It was just, to me, it was just perfect. It was just a perfect night of fighting. It was just, it was great, and people helping you out to get there because I was like, I was supposed to wait for an Uber, and some people like, no, don't wait for an Uber. Just you better off just taking don't take the khaki cab. Just jump on the train. And I'm like, I'm gonna be late and stuff like that. And he was like, no, you're not gonna be late because all the people there, they going where you going. So you know you can't get misplaced because everybody going to the same direction. And man, it was just UK was just a place that I, as a kid growing up, I never imagined that I'd ever have that type of experience that I had in the UK. And I want to tell the UK people that I really enjoyed it, and I'm looking to spend a lot more time over there and do a lot more and showcase my talent against some of the UK fighters out there, and just come and be fabulous.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you had a very good time over in the UK. Obviously, you were there for the fights, as you said. What did you make of the main event as a whole? And what are your thoughts on the rematch? Because obviously that was confirmed for September 20th. Do you see sort of Ben leveling the series, or has Eubank got his number?
It was a tough fight for both of them guys that night. I don't know how the next fight gonna come out because like when you fight like that, it take a toll of your body. It take a toll of you. You feel what I'm saying? And now that they both know what each other might bring to the table, might make a slight change, but um, um, like I say, if they pull their heart out like they did the first time, at the end of the day, both of them is winners. You know, Chris Eubank came out there and showed a lot of grit at times when Ben had him bagging back. And Ben showed a lot of grit. And when Chris Eubank, so that night was wonderful. They showed the world that they belong, and that's what boxing needed because it's been missing that fight for a long time. And man, it opened up the boxing world huge for them, And man, number two, we don't know what to expect. But if it's something like number one, we don't know who can come out on top. But like I say, it took a lot out of both of them guys that night, and we looking to see what number two might bring. But would they come with the same grit? I think both of them will.
Just from boxing
Yeah,
theorists, really, even if it's half as good as the first one, we're still in for a good night of boxing. Just shifting back to your fighting
yeah, yeah.
And just shifting back to your fighting career, obviously, I think you knew this was coming. Very controversial topic. I'm just going to ask straight up: what was your immediate
Mm-hmm.
reaction when you heard Jake Paul was ranked
Yeah.
above you in the WA rankings?
I w- I was getting up in the morning, and the first newscast, the first thing I seen that pop up on my news feeds was Jake Paul ranked number 14 by the WBA. I said, can't be true because I'm ranked number 14 by the WBA. You know what I'm saying? And well, like I say, it was true. It really felt like a low blow, a slap to the face. I really felt disgusted. I really felt because like I say, even ranking when I was number 15 and going to number 14 and fought for the NABA, that's a belt that's under the WBA belt, fought for the NABA belt, fought for the UBO belt, something that's another little sanction belt that's under the W, and then like my recognition, my hard work, all the stuff I have been doing over the years, sleeping on couches, getting up, running in the cold, running in the heat, running in the snow, the rain. And now this guy just come, like I said, we appreciate what Jake Paul, the eyes that Jake Paul brought to boxing. We appreciate his platform of, from YouTubing and Disney Channel and whatever social media that he had, and then bringing celebrities to fight each other. Like our favorite celebrities being in the square ring of boxing and out instead of having this beef over the internet. We really enjoyed that. But him being a boxer now, him calling himself I'm a boxer, a solidified boxer. No, he haven't laid no groundwork. He haven't did anything, nothing that we had to endure to become what we at today. And to move me down and put him at number 14, it was disgrace, man. It's very hurtful. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm a man. You feel what I'm saying? This what I'm in the ring for. You know, like I said, I take it on the chin. You know, and I would just like, you know what? If this what God got planned, because God don't make mistakes. If this what God got planned, well, this what God got planned. But I know he Jake Paul knocked on the wrong door, and that's the door of Craig Parker. So I'm looking forward to hopefully hearing a call or hearing something back from him and let him know, listen, if you want to be solidified in boxing, you knocked on the wrong door this time. But I'm gonna open it and invite you in. You know. So how did I feel? I felt really disrespected, and I guess the guys who working hard that's under me and above me felt real disrespected at this point. You know, because we really do a lot of. We come from, like I said, we come from humble beginnings. We come from a lot of us come from, man, you know, some of the backgrounds of boxing lives, and to go in here and risk our lives in the middle square ring and put all these years in and put, you know, when you don't got bus fare, you running. When you don't got, when you walking, you doing whatever it takes to get to that gym. You got trainers who putting in hours on this fighter and all this other different kind of stuff. And just for this guy to come and just be recognized in the WBA by a sanctioned body and then turn around and talking about he gonna fight for a world title, he nowhere close to even thinking about being a world champion. I'm gonna tell you that he not nowhere near close. But what he have been doing, and I have to give him credit, is for the women's boxing and his own boxing platform. We really appreciate the women's boxing what he done for it, and we really appreciate his shows. Them you know them solidified fighters. So in the undercard that's under his fight, it's solidified fight. His fight just not it. Now, guys that's under them, because we can, you know, Pseudo and the other guy, that's a good fight. You know, Holly Holmes and her opponent was a good fight. I mean, Kid Austin and I forgot his name, Terry Farmer. That's a good fight. His fight, no, no, far from boxing.
Yeah, I mean, I was you pretty much alluded to my next question. Obviously, feeling disrespected and hard done by. You know, you're 20-0. Yeah, you're undefeated. All wins coming by way of knockout, and it's sort of a real kick in the teeth where some YouTuber or social media star turned boxer record of 12-1 now, just sort of get and made the habit of fighting ex-MMA fighters, Mike Tyson, obviously, of course, now Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who maybe many people think he's past it, and for him to just sort of walk straight into a top 15 of a real legit governing body rankings, it must hurt big time.
Yes, big time. You know, good.
Well, no, I was just curious. I'm sort of following on from that. Did you watch Saturday night, and what did you make of Paul's performance? Because you just said there he's nowhere near the level of yourself on the top 10.
Um, yeah, I watched this fight. What I seen nothing. I seen uh, uh, what we've been seeing for the last couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? We've been seeing this since he started. You know what I'm saying? It's just like after the real fight, then we see a celebrity boxing match. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to discredit the guy. I'm not trying to discredit him. He just not ready for the real thing yet. Now he keep working hard and you know whatever he doing on his journey. I don't know what the future might hold because I don't predict people's future. But what I'm saying, guys as myself and guys that's at the top and guys that's coming up, he not in the talking for that. Nowhere near. Nowhere
Based,
near.
based off of what you've seen so far, how does the fight between you and him play out?
But 4 rounds. I got to give him a couple of rounds because he's gonna be in shape. But if I hit him on that chin, maybe first round. But the all the stuff with Jake Paul have come to a point where he knocked on my door, and I'm ready to end the whole Jake Paul shenanigans. Whatever, he been putting out a lot of crap, and I'm ready to flush it just like that. I'm ready to end it all. Because and if he want to continue to box after after me and him, hey, if he able to, or if he want to, that's all up to him. He chooses his own destiny.
I'm just
But
speculating at the moment. If you have a big fight in the UK, maybe again speculating on the potential Eubank Ben undercard or some point in UK, can we expect you on a big stage, on a big platform to address Paul and call him out?
I would call him. I'm calling him out now, but I would call him out definitely on a big stage or anywhere. I would call him out. And could the fight be in the UK, United States, or wherever? I believe it can happen, and I believe if he really want to say he a cruiserweight, because you got to understand. Look, who he calling out: Anthony Joshua, Javante Davis, this guy. You know what I'm saying? But when he fought a real cruiserweight, light heavyweight, we could say that Tommy Fury really like light heavyweight. He been a light heavyweight for when he really fought a light heavyweight guy, he got beat. Then he go to cruiserweight and he calling out Tommy Fury that probably really not a cruiserweight. And if so, he is now, but he gonna get beat again because he's not a real fighter. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It takes a lot of hard work for this. This not some of us have to work a job and go to the gym. Some of us have to have no way to get to the gym. We walking, we running. Some of us going to the gym on an empty stomach. We put in hours. We put in sweat, blood, and tears on the canvas through sparring, through the fights. Now, if he ready to do everything to call himself that, can he? Yeah, anybody. If he got the will and the desire and the dedication, can he do it? Hey, we never know what anybody's future is. But today, nowhere near close. If I had a Roger t-shirt, if I had a Roger Mayweather t-shirt, it would say it all about him. And we already know Roger Mayweather quote. It would say it all. So yeah.
Is he
But
good for
have he done
boxing?
great things? Is he what?
Is he good for boxing as a whole in terms of, oh, you talked about it earlier with his involvement in women's boxing, just as a whole with the viewership he brings in. Is he good for the sport?
I think bringing eyes to any sport, I think yeah, he good for it. He not good to perform. He good to be a part of it. The business aspect, the social media thing, but a part of it, no. Behind scenes, yeah. He a good hype man. He's a good, talker. He's a good you know, what we can call it, sitting high on the clouds. But no, man. He performing is not him. Behind scenes is him. He been doing an amazing job with women boxing. His platform of bringing up and coming fighters up has been doing an amazing job, changing people's lives. He have done a lot of that. But him performing is becoming something that the world is not want to see anymore. It's disgusting. It's I'm not gonna say too much of disgusting because disgusting is something probably really small to what he's doing. I'm just saying it's just very disrespectful, for the people um that for the champions, for the people that done it before me and done it before the guys that doing it now. It's just very unlegitimate.
In terms of performance wise, obviously you talked about his role within boxing, what it does for women's boxing, but in terms of performance, you've discredited him. What does he need to do to get your respect performance wise? Is it to fight the top dogs at cruiserweight?
Performance wise, his performance is just what his performance is. But to get to if he want to get recognition and be solidified as a true cruiserweight and say I belong here and I'm challenging the best cruiserweights in the body sanction, and he fights me, and then whatever you want to do next. Like I said, when he fight me, and I think when he fight me, he'll earn my respect
Fair
because
enough.
it does. Yeah, I think he'll earn my respect when he fight me.
Of,
Yeah,
of
give him
course.
respect,
And
and
in the
whatever you want to do next, huh?
and in the co-main event, I was just sorry to cut you in there. We saw obviously you touched upon it earlier. Azurdo Ramirez, Yuniel Dorticos. What did you make of that fight? And do you sort of believe you're nearly or ready to challenge the top guys at cruiserweight?
I'm ready to challenge any top guy, any guy that's in the cruiserweight division. Like I said, I have the speed, the power, I have everything, the skills, I have everything that come with being a true champion. You know, yes, I'm ready to challenge any one of them guys. Them. That's the ultimate goal. Is to fight one of them guys. That's the ultimate goal. Is to fight one of them guys. But we have this little bump in the road that we need to level out. And then if it's them first or is it him first, it's whoever came through the door. So my goal is to conquer and be on top and let people know that whatever you go through in life and whatever you been through, and if you got a goal and if you got a dream, go after it. I'm not letting it Jake Paul. I'm not letting this Jake Paul stuff bother me. I'm still getting up running. I'm still going to the gym, working on my craft. I'm still doing everything that I was supposed to do to get to the guys that's at the number one spot, that holding them belts. So I'm still doing that. The Jake Paul thing is just something that gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen because God didn't put this in that position for no reason. But I'm still going after the legitimate guys, and he is not one. But he will be the one that night because he will have to be just one step across from me.
Strong words, got goosebumps there. What are your goals for 2026? Is it the Jake Paul fight, or are you sort of potentially looking, if it doesn't come, you're looking onwards? So just sort of two last things from me, really. Before we cut off, we talked about your future a little bit. In 2026, if you get your hand raised this September, 2026, what are your goals? Is it Jake Paul, or if that doesn't come, are you just sort of focusing on your own career and sort of moving up the rankings?
If Jake Paul comes, that'd be great. And like I said, just like you said, continue to move up the ranking. Hopefully get some big fights for the guys who got the titles, and hopefully make a statement in the UK and hopefully fight for a world title in the UK.
What's just lastly, what's your final message for Jake Paul?
I'm into. You knocked on the door. I'm inviting you in. I'm ready to end it all. Just the end of Jake Paul's career.